Boston Vancouver.
Yeah, brother.
Ooh, all right.
Oh, nice. Oh, TJ hooked me up with a nice
Ooh, a little tote bag.
little tote bag.
A Shop Vancouver. Is that what the front of it looks like?
Yeah.
Is that your bike? Is that your Harley?
I think that's TJ's motorcycle. He's
That's
got a couple
pretty cool.
of vintage Harleys. And a nice little note
Always love a
from TJ. It
handwritten
says,
letter.
"When you're sexy, you're sexy."
Nice.
From TJ at the Shop Vancouver.
Oh man, look at these things.
We have here a Wesco short stack.
Whoa. The size of the box, I wasn't really expecting an engineer, but now it makes sense because they're shorties.
Right.
Is that like
these
is this like an 8-inch?
It's an 8-inch. He had 2 inches cut off of a Wesco engineer boot. So yeah, Jimmy, I'm really excited about these boots. I've been wanting a pair of these boots for a while. And TJ came through, man. He got another run of these, and I jumped on it. These are the Veg Tan short stack Boss boot from Wesco. And what's your take on them?
Man, they're sweet. So this is a horse hide, and I mean, one of the dead giveaways right there on that shaft is that honeycombing.
The marbling.
On the marbling, that like honeycomb on that leather. It's such cool, and only horsehide does that, man. You're not gonna find that honeycomb effect anywhere else but a horsehide. You got some on the counter, this boot right there, on that heel counter, and yeah, that's got that natural veg tan look to it, man. Kind of reminds me of your Vanishing Point jacket a little bit from. That leather jacket you got, and these should patina like crazy, man.
Oh, absolutely!
Yeah.
I'm really psyched about these. Super cool boot, and you can see inside there. They got the he's got the Shop Vancouver special tag with the skull on it, kind of like Ghost Rider skull.
Yeah, it looks sweet, man. It definitely. Veg tan's got a very specific smell to it.
Right.
And horsehide has a specific smell to it too.
Definitely.
So
yeah.
it's kind of it's unmistakable. I really like the antique buckles. I feel like most engineer boots do just like a regular like shiny brass buckle.
Right.
So I actually really like that antique buckle.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
That's really gonna look really good with when this boot darkens up. And patinas,
Right.
you get a lot of earth tones coming through.
Absolutely.
As the sole darkens too.
Right.
I'm always surprised by how heavy the Vibram wedge sole is. There is a lighter one.
You think so?
I can't remember if it's the Christie. I just feel like I look at it and it looks to me like it should be like a soft squishy foam. I'm just like pure looks, right? And then you pick it up and it's like, wow, that thing's kind of heavy.
It's got some
right?
weight to
but,
it, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because it's got to be durable enough. So
yeah, it has to be durable.
Doesn't wear out, right?
Yeah, and I bought these boots to wear when I'm riding a motorcycle. So,
Yeah.
and
it's
a good grippy sole, very stationary, supportive sole when you're on a motorcycle.
When you're riding. Is that why? I do notice actually that a lot of people who ride bikes tend to wear wedge sole boots. So that's good to know. I mean, I think the wedge sole automatically makes them like super casual too.
Yeah.
That's like,
totally.
So this is really, for people who maybe, struggle with thinking they can pull off an engineer boot.
Right.
Maybe the wedge sole is the way to go. Sometimes people are afraid of the height too.
Right.
They've gone from all they've ever had is 6-inch boots, and they look at a 10-inch engineer and they're like, "Oh man, that's so much boot in my pants, right?" Like a shorty. I did have some shorties at one point, some Viberg short engineers, and I like them. I had some benzene short engineers too.
Right. Well, TJ pulls these off really well too. He wears a lot of these short stack boots. Because he's a motorcycle rider, and when he's riding around his town of Vancouver there up north, I I notice he wears them a lot, and sometimes he'll actually tuck his pants in too, which is
Inside.
nice to have the shorter boot. You know?
Yeah, totally.
It doesn't look so like with a taller boot and you tuck your pants in, you tuck your cuffs in.
Yeah.
It looks a little dorky. It can look a little dorky, but
Sure.
but with the shorter stack, I think it's a little cooler.
Yeah, totally. Especially as the shaft collapses down too. You
Yeah.
know, it ends up even shorter, right?
Absolutely, brother.
This is really clean stitching too, man. Classic Wesco triple stitch.
Yeah, they're badass boots, man. I can't wait to get some wear on these babies, man.
Yeah, very cool. So this is a common way wedge soles are done. It's a 360 stitch, but it's just stitching that midsole to that rubber like slip sole, and they do that because that rubber slip sole adheres with the glue to that leather sole better than just the Christie does straight to the leather.
Okay.
So that real thin, that little line of demarcation right there.
Right.
That real thin slip sole, they do that simply so this thing sticks really well and it's easier to resole too.
Yeah.
But that's real common to have that 360 stitch. It's not a 360 welt because the Wesco's stitch down, so it's just a 270 stitch down welt. Just that upper's flared out, you know. No extra piece of welt, but super clean construction. Wesco's.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
cool.
I think Wesco's kind of they're making their comeback. I know they struggled a bit coming out of the pandemic with staffing. Saw a lot of QC stuff, QC concerns with Wesco kind of coming out of that.
Interesting.
They had a lot of new staff they were training.
Right. Trying to get back up to speed.
Absolutely,
yeah.
but man, I mean, looking at these things in hand, like I'd say.
No, I mean, right now, I think Wesco's like, they're jamming because you're talking about a 12-month wait for a Wesco boot, and these. That's why I jumped on these, because TJ at the shop Vancouver, he got a run of these in, and I was like, I got to get them now, because if I don't get them now, I'm gonna have to wait another year or two maybe.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Well, man, congrats, and that was smart of you to jump on these because they're pretty sweet.
How about you? Would you be interested in a pair of these boots?
Yeah, potentially, man.
They have an olive green pair also.
I've seen. Are they rough out? Is the olive green rough out? No, okay. I've seen those. That's been a collab that he's like a Shop Vancouver collab he's done for a while, right? I remember seeing those.
I think
a
he
couple
had
years ago.
a black rough out.
Okay, maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. I know he did a rough
years
out.
ago.
Yeah. I have been on a wedge sole kick here for a minute. I'm eyeing a few other pairs of wedge sole. Man, tempted for sure.
All right. Well, hey, Jimmy, thanks again for coming down. Thanks for being here for my Wesco boot unboxing. Thank you, TJ at the Shop Vancouver, for doing a run of these beautiful boots, man. I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna wear the shit out of these boots and get them all broken in and patinaed.
Yeah, they're really cool, Paul. I enjoyed that last unboxing with my pair of boots, and I gotta say it's pretty fun when we're unboxing a pair of boots I didn't have to spend money on. So I'm pretty into that. Let's keep doing that.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's your turn next time.
Oh man.
Tag team
Oh
here.
jeez.
Well, hey, thanks guys for joining us here in the Man Cave Club again.
Jimmy and Paul talking about it all right here at the MCC.
Right on.
It's the Man Cave Club.